Afternoon all. I am Monimozhi, pursuing the PhD in Sociology from Rajiv Gandhi National Institute of Youth Development, Chennai, Tamil Nadu, India. So here, now I'd like to present my paper on the topic, Localizing the SDGs, Auroville Sustainable Practices Towards Eco-Township Development. This is an overall view of my research, which I'll be explaining in my further slides. Here, since the world has been witnessing various environmental challenges such as loss of biodiversity, water scarcity, and various natural disasters, the only way to pass on these disasters is to create a sustainable living. Based on this, the United Nations have created the Sustainable Development Goals in 2015, which should be incorporated through grassroots governance, community-based participation, and place-based ecological innovation. So when the term sustainable living has been raised, the term sustainable living has been give rise to various terms such as alternative settlements, eco villages, and intentional communities. So one of the model that is an eco village has an effective implementation at Auroville, which is located at the fringe of Tamil Nadu. In a small introduction about an Auroville. Auroville, an internationally recognized experimental township established in 1968 in Tamil Nadu, India, which has been founded by Mother and Sri Arabic. Their spiritual version has helps to create the environmental harmony by involving various diverse population around the world. The sustainability practices which practiced in Auroville can be said as waste recycling, water recycling, waste management, eco-construction, eco-mobility, and use of renewable energy and minerals. Here, I would like to give a specific focus on why this study matters. Here, there is an important research gap that needs to be addressed is that our Indian government is in process to create a smart city from 2015. As part of that, to promote a sustainable living, especially the smart city is equivalent to the sustainable living. As part of that, the Auroville, with a little modification, taken a small step as the global sustainability goals can be translated into uh, smaller initiatives to create a eco-township development. And also, these can provide insights for the policymakers and sustainable planners to replicate the similar models in other regions also. As of that, I have already mentioned that the Oracle will be translating these global sustainability goals in everyday practices to create a pathway for eco-township development. And also, in my research, the significant element I would like to address is that these sustainability practices in Oracle, how it's aligned with the SDGs of the which has been created by the UN. And as of the literature still now, which I have been revised, is the articles will be especially focuses only on the philosophical aspects, which has been given by Sri Aravindo and the mother. There, then I would like to focus and to bridge a gap between the sustainability practices, that is, environmental practices followed within Auroville and to achieve sustainability along with the local communities and how its alignment with global sustainability goals. The motive of the research is to address these four objectives. And as of the first objective stated, I will be elaborating about the sustainability practices undergone within the org. Using the SPSS, I have analyzed that there are many practices which I have undergone. This is organic farming, organic food, waste management, water recycling, eco buildings, renewable energy sources, organic products, recycling, and upcycling. Organic farming. Organic farming serves as a unique pathway to sustainability in all. The approach emphasizes the use of natural fertilizers, organic seeds, recycled water, and solar power of farm. Through this model, various products have been created, such as vegetables, fruits, green leaves, wheat, and dairy. Waste management. Waste management is considered to be a foundational component of Auroville's environmental sustainability strategy. Here, the township circular economy is promoted by converting the waste materials like plastics, tires, waste wine bottles into decorative objects. I can also explain with one of the example that is an innovative program that has been created by Aurovillian artist who has been residing inside the Auroville called the Fashion Show program, which will be conducted once in a year where the participants will be dressed entirely out of the waste materials, that is the waste materials that are recycled and upcycled waste materials, which will be made only within the organization of Auroville. Through these, the participants who are participating will be dressed out of these materials, and it seems to be very innovative and efficient. Another sustainability practice which has been undergone here in Auroville is very interesting is eco buildings, which has been pioneered by the Auroville Earth Institute. Here, the construction techniques will be extremely drastically different from the normal ones because it will be utilized with the use of CSD, that is compressed stabilized earth blocks under ferrocene. It is not a normal blocks which you are or a bricks which you have been using, which will be this CSAD will be very much energy efficient and also minimizes the carbon footprint and balances the water resources with the underground and the well. Here, not only these eco buildings has been undergone only within India, but also beyond India. We can say that I have given one of the example is that Al-Miri Mosque, which has been located in Saudi Arabia, also received a Aga Khan Award for its architecture, which has been made out of this Auroville eco building practices, has received an award in 2007. E-mobility, and a very interesting component is that e-mobility is that which helps to promote ecological change and climate action. According to the data given by the Auroville organizations, is that the usage of 167 e-vehicles and 665 e-cycles helps to reduce the huge quantity of the emissions of carbon dioxide, which is very much equivalent to the plantation of more than 40,000 trees. Paper recycling. Paper recycling is the topic refers which not only refers to only recycling about the paper, but also the discarded materials such as the cotton fabric, old jeans, and dry using the valuable products such as notebooks, table mats, and paper jewelry. Here, for the color pigmentation, they will be using the pollen dry leaves, which will be gathered from Auroville within Auroville and the surrounding bioregions of the I can also show you a picture. This is a lecture picture shows that with a natural dye pigment which is being dried on a particular chart from the leaves. I don't know the name for these actually, but this is the method they will be using to take out of the color pigmentation. And the right side picture shows that a table mat which is being made out of the old jeans with the equal leaves. And according to the SPSS, I have used the Pearson correlation analysis to understand the relationship between the sustainability practices and the eco-township initiatives. So the result reveals some moderate positive correlations, but also which is more likely to contribute meaningfully to the development of Auroville as an eco-township. Although the correlation was not statistically significant at conventional 0.05 level, the trend indicates a positive association between the breadth of environmental practices and led to the way of ecological transformation. And as of the third objective, I have already stated in the presentation. I will be explaining the SDGs and the relevance of environmental practices at all. Here, there are relevant SDGs are zero hunger, responsible production and consumption, sustainable cities and communities, gender equality, and climate action, life on land, responsible production and consumption, etc. These are the listed one I have made. These SDGs practices can also be. It is very easy and also it can be extended beyond the Auroville and other bioregions also. And here I have adapted with the Giddens Structuration theory according to the sociology. This theory will be including two terms, that is structure and agency. Here I have considered Auroville as a structure and the agency as some locals from the surrounding villages of the Auroville. So the sustainability in Auroville is maintained through a combination of structural commitment and active community engagement, which demonstrates the co-production of ecological and the social sustainability. Despite of these effective implementation and a good outcome, there are also many barriers which has been standing to promote these assessments, such as the inadequate funding, land dispersion, and the lack of interest or lack of interest shown by the individuals to engage in or acquire the training for such labor-intensive work. And also recently, due to the social and political crisis that happened within the Auroville, that seems to be difficult to promote the sustainability within Auroville and also beyond Auroville. So that's it. I would like to conclude that. Therefore, Orwell shows that the community-driven, context-specific, participative, value-based practices led to environmental transformation rather than relying just on the large-scale interventions. As global challenges intense, such grassroots models provides practical insights for building resilient, inclusive, and sustainable communities. So this framework can be adopted by the communities across the world to achieve environmental, social, and economic resilience. So thank you for the opportunity given to present my paper. Thank you.